Hello, I'm Mr. Wilke. We're learning statistics, and it's time to review for the Chapter 11 test. So let's talk about what's going to be on that, and that way you know exactly what you need to study for. So we've got 9 multiple choice, 3 free response. Okay, so yeah, let's go through. Number 1. Hypotheses. Okay, remember H naught is always going to be mu equals mu naught. If it's a two-sided, it's mu equals, or mu1 equals mu2. Sorry, two sample, mu1 equals mu2. If it's a matched pairs, mu difference equals 0. For HA, it's going to be greater than, less than, or not equal to. Remember, the default is not equal to. Okay, so if it says something in the context about being bigger or smaller, then you do a one-sided. If not, you do a 2. All right. I'll ask something about conditions. We've been doing those. Random, 10% rule, large counts, right? Okay. Does it have to be a large count? No. If it's a small sample size, it better be what? Symmetric single peaks, approximately normal. Yeah, we know how it works. Okay. Where would I reject? Okay, so you might have to find T. You might have to use T, find degrees of freedom, look at the T chart, and figure it out from there. Okay, so where do I reject based on what your standardized test statistic is? Number 4. Difference in probability. So I'll ask you, remember, as degrees of freedom increase, it becomes closer and closer to the normal distribution, right? Which makes the probability of it being greater than whatever smaller, right? Does that make sense? Good, okay. So it's going to be a smaller interval. Yeah, all right. Be able to figure that out, no problem. All right, number 5. So just looking at the T chart, I'll give you T or something, or I'll give you, where you can solve for T, and I'll say, where does the p-value fall is between 0.01 and 0.025, 0.025 and 0.05, something like that. You'll be able to figure it out based on what your t-value is. Number 6. So I'll give you some sort of scenario. You'll have to decide are the conditions met. Okay? So it'll say yes or no, this condition is violated. No, these 2 conditions are violated. Something like that. Okay? Easy enough? Good. Moving on. Number 7. Number 7, you're going to have to find the test statistic, which we know is T, right? But if it's a 1 sample, if it's a 2 sample, and I'll give you the numbers, you'll have to fill the numbers in, but the answer will look like this, okay? So it's not solve for T, it's what would you do to solve for T, okay? All right, number 8. What conclusion? Based on the p-value. So you might have to find the p-value and then tell me the conclusion. I might give you the p-value, we don't know yet. But what conclusion are you going to reject? Are you going to fail to reject in context of the problem? All right? All right, number 9. Which inference procedure would you use? Now, I may ask you for a confidence interval or a hypothesis test. When do you use a hypothesis test versus a confidence interval? Confidence interval is when we have no idea what the parameter is, we want to find it. Hypothesis test is when we want to test a claim. Is it close to this parameter? Is it equal to this parameter? Okay, so, and, you know, 1 sample, 2 sample, match pairs, any of those could show up, okay? So, which inference procedure would you use? All right, that's it. Are there any questions on the multiple choice? Now's a great time to ask. Type it in the chat if you need to. If not, that's okay. You can hold on to your questions for later if you want, and let's talk about the free response. Through 12, there will be 3 hypothesis tests. One sample T, 2 sample T, and a match pairs T. Okay, so that's 48 points plus 45 points means there's 7 points left. So there will be follow-up question or questions to 1 or 2 of these. It might ask about errors. It might ask about what would this look like in a confidence interval. I might ask you about, you know, on the match pairs, I might say, what would look different for you to do a 2 sample, or if it was a 2 sample, how could I have made this a match pairs? Something like that. Anything like that. Okay? And that's it. That's your whole test. Anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in the chat, type them in the YouTube comments. I get to those eventually. Sometimes it's, you know, a chapter too late, but I'll get there eventually. So anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks again to the Memphis Merman for the t-shirt, and good luck on your test.